Today we're here with Joey Logano at Texas Motor Speedway to break down some of the wildest NASCAR moments ever. Praise Dale, raise hell. Let's watch that first clip.
Oh, I know this moment.
Uh-oh.
There's about to be a jackman on the front windshield of it.
For laps of Brad Keselowski Rain, you start to see their hand there, Kelly, on how long they can run.
Oh.
Maybe didn't. Oh, you see, he's just in a groove.
There goes that tire, too.
Here's what's going on. You're going 200 miles an hour. You've slowed down the pit road speed of Pocono 60. So you're cruising in 60, you're looking at your pit stall, and you gotta come to zero, and you gotta try to maximize it, right? You're measured off of all these things you do. You don't exactly know what your grip level is getting to be.
Right.
And so when you start getting in there, and you're like, oh no, I've gone too far. There's no return. Like you're gone.
Yeah.
And then if you lock them up, which is what happened here, once the tires lock, you're just sliding.
Yeah,
right. Because there's no more grip, so you just slide right on through there.
And you're on concrete too in that pit box, so yeah, less grip overall, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, this case, and like I said, if you run more laps on your tires, you have less stopping ability.
Makes sense.
Right? So if you only run 15 laps and then pit, you probably can get in there a little bit harder. This was a green flag cycle. Most likely he ran, 30 laps or so at Pocono, and that was it.
Yeah. Dang. Well, looks like everyone's all right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everyone was fine. Probably a couple bruises. The key to this, though, here's the key. Watch how they come in here. The key, jump. You always want to go up. You always want to go up.
Oh.
That's Braxton. He hit hard on the ground.
The jack.
But you don't want to go under.
Yeah. Oh, no,
no. You don't want your ankles clipped either, so
Yeah.
you got to go.
Jeez.
Don't they tell you, if you're getting hit by a car, aim for the windshield? It's the softest part of a car.
I think, yeah. Well,
That's what they say.
a little tip for you guys.
Next time you see your life flash before your eyes, get up in the air.
Oop. Oh, dude.
That's why you wear a helmet. What a clip to start with.
All right, for the few of you that don't know, Joey, please tell them who you are and what you do.
I'm Joey Logano. I drive in circles all day long just to end up in the same place. I drive the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang.
Heck yeah. Three-time champion, current Cup Series champ as well. You're very humble.
Well, I'm glad you said that. It'd be kind of weird if I was like, yeah, I'm the champion. It doesn't sound as good.
No, I mean, I would say that, I think.
This is me? Oh, I do lose a hood flap here. Oh, this is different. Thanks for showing me this.
I didn't know it was a crash.
I don't know exactly what, I don't remember. You know what, that's bad. I've been in a lot of Talladega crashes. I don't even remember what happened here. So the hood's up.
Do you remember driving back to the pits like in this race? Or
I try to forget these.
yeah?
I really
Truly?
do.
Like truly just
I
try to
really
forget them?
don't want to
Yeah.
remember it.
Okay. Let's look again.
Right here, and you see the hood looks like it's moving a little bit already.
Yeah.
So I had some hood pin issues to start. Looks like we're doing good, and I just got hit.
Got hit.
Yeah, something went wrong. I was just going straight. That's Talladega for you. Everything's great. Next thing you know, your hood's up.
Dang, that was a big one too.
Yeah. All right, next clip.
All right.
This is now illegal in NASCAR. NASCAR teams quickly figured out that they could pull on this specific area of a race car and get a huge competitive advantage over
kidding.
everyone else. By flaring this side screwed out, each race car would gain a noticeable amount of downforce, allowing the driver to have a much easier time controlling their cars. This trick would go on for an entire year, and since it's a sharp piece of metal randomly sticking out, tires were actually very vulnerable to being cut down. This may have been the reason that Jeff Gordon's tire cut down as a result of this contact, and this specific incident caused them the chance to win the championship.
So a lot of truth to that. Our we call it transformer cars. And so you would, and the whole field did it, and you would build your car to where it went through tech.
Yeah.
And then you would start the race as it went through tech, and then the first pit stop, it was transformer time. And all the pit crews were trained to do all these different things. That was just one of the tricks. It got out of hand, right? So there was a little bit of flare there by the exhaust skirt, but then we eventually would get the whole right rear fender just, you see these guys just boom, right? And then the pit crew would drive their knee into the left side of the car, and you were sitting in the car during the pit stop, and you just hear it bang, boom, pop, bang, it's like they're destroying it, right? And you get back out there man, this thing is dialed now, right? It would bolt in hundreds of pounds of downforce, just like that. So everyone was just excited excited to get to the first pit stop. It was like, all right, what do we really got? Because you didn't know, right? The first one was like, okay, we're just trying to get to the stop so we can balloon our car out. And then NASCAR put the rule into where you had to fit the templates post-race.
That's right.
Unless there was contact. So then that kind of reined everything back in.
That's just one example, I think, of NASCAR's long tradition of rule bending.
It's the gray area, right? There's black and white, and then there's a little bit of gray.
Yeah.
And the race team's playing that gray a lot.
Absolutely.
And the difference from other sports, right? We have so many parts and pieces on the race car. So as we go along and teams are innovating, right, and trying to find the next advantage, they're kind of playing in that gray area, and then there's a new rule that gets made, right? And okay, you can't do that. Here's a rule, come back. So, you know, there's playing in the gray, to me, that is part of the game, right? It's part of the fun of it. It's part of like how you gain advantages. But then there's the black and white rules where you don't touch those, right? Those ones are black and white. If they bust you on one of those, you say, you got me, right? Like, and so that's where NASCAR, like, they have their appeals process to where if you get thrown out for doing something and you're like, yeah, I feel like that was a little bit gray, they'll go to an appeals committee and they'll basically like go to court and say, okay, I think it's okay because of this, this, and this, and you know, it's how you interpret the rule, right? How are you interpreting this whole thing?
Wow, that's cool.
Man, I'm having an absolute blast. Who knew that NASCAR wasn't just driving in circles? If you want to get in on the intense action this year, check out the race in Chicago on July 6th, where the NASCAR field will be tearing through the streets of downtown Chicago. 16 of those drivers will be competing in NASCAR's in-season challenge. It's a head-to-head bracket-style tournament where the winner wins $1 million. This race is super different from the rest of NASCAR's schedule. It's basically a giant festival. There are tons of incredible races during the day and great concerts at night with artists like the Zac Brown Band. I call that nearly 24/7 fun, people. Each ticket also gives you access to roam Grant Park's extensive grounds surrounded by skyscrapers, great food, and great racing. If you have never been to Chicago, make a trip out of it. They're basically racing through one of the coolest parts of the city. If you can't make it in person, you can check it out on July 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern on TNT or streaming on Max. I'll be watching. You should too. All right, keep talking to Logano.
The body slam onto the hood.
So he's doing some percussive maintenance on that hood there.
Yes, this is a full commit, trying to get the hood down. He had to get it down.
Yeah, I mean,
what better way than just body slamming it? As a driver, can't. You're sitting so low in these race cars, you can't see nothing right there.
That hood's like halfway up the windshield, looks like.
This is the best part. Bam! And it's as soon as the car stops, like he had one plan. Before it stopped, like my plan is going to be to land on the hood of this race car.
Do you think the crew guys, they're waiting for moments like this? Where they can come out with the hammers?
I think they love it.
Yeah. When your car is that smashed up on the front end, how does it feel to drive compared to like a fresh car? Is it
like
notice?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
Not good. The front end of the car is obviously ultra sensitive. That's where all the air is hitting first, right? So you create so much downforce at the front of the car, particularly in the splitter, but you know, all of it in general. So once you kind of knock a little bit of shape out of the fenders, or you knock the nose in this case, they have way bigger issues than just a little dent. They really stove the nose in big on that one.
All right, cool. Let's keep it going.
Oh boy. That's, oh no. It got a little hot there for the tire changer and the fuel man. Let's take a little deeper dive into this one. So you got a little bit right here, you got a little bit of fuel spillage.
Yep.
Not good. Not what you're looking for, and something's gonna spark it. And I'm assuming it's gonna be just sparks off the air gun. See, yep, there it is. It sparks off the air gun to the lug nut. That's all it took.
If there's a big fire in the pit like this, what is the next step? Are guys on standby with extinguishers?
I mean, as the driver, I used to see Chris Buescher here. He said, I'm out. He said, I'll see you later. He left them all. But there is a firefighter behind the wall. I think there's one probably every other stall down pit road. And they're there ready to go all the time, like full gear, fire extinguisher, ready to go. And so this is their moment. Yeah, it's their moment to shine. They're ready to go.
All right, next clip.
Oh, you're gonna need that.
Oh no,
that is bad.
So if the whole wheel came off, the nut could not be on it.
There you go.
Joe had a good point there. The nut is probably not on it. So what probably happened is the lug nut wasn't on there all the way. It starts falling off.
Yeah.
And probably the rotor, like it landed, the wheel landed onto the rotor, and the rotor cut the wheel.
Like a lathe right there.
And then you got really a lot of problems.
Yeah.
There's nothing good can happen at this point. The good thing was he wasn't going that fast.
No.
But there's a big penalty that comes along with this too.
I
when wheels
bet.
come off, so not good.
What is the I mean, is it a financial penalty on the team? Do you get points?
It used to be really bad.
Yeah.
It used to be crew chief and a tire changer and the jack man.
Wow.
All were out for the next week.
Wow.
There's a points penalty and a fine.
Wow.
All I know is it's not good.
No.
You want to keep the wheels on the car.
Yeah. Wow. Let's keep it going.
Teams are only as good as their support staff, and as we see in this next clip, there are great drivers that you won't ever see on TV.
Yeah, dude, this is leaving Bristol in the rain on the dirt.
Oh, jeez.
And look how steep that is. So it's full commit.
Yeah.
When you start to go up that hill, and you can start sliding down in a bad way too. Look at these guys.
Just going for it, man.
Ice road truckers ain't got nothing on these guys. And it's a very expensive rigs that we're taking out here too, by the way. Like not only the truck and the trailer, but the contents inside
All
the
the
hauler too. A couple race cars, all the computers and all that. Yeah, so trucking's it's a big deal. You know, I've recently got my CDL license.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And, just because.
Just because?
Just because.
Okay.
And I couldn't imagine, like, I mean, there's a little bit of pressure for these truckers because you're driving these things across the country. Like, it's very important you get there, not only on time, but you know, if you wreck this thing, like, what's the team gonna do?
Yeah.
Right? That's the race car in there, and the race car will be wrecked too. So you really a lot going on there. And my personal opinion is race haulers are the coolest trucks going down the highway.
Oh, absolutely.
At least my opinion. They look the coolest. They're super neat, and they've all tricked their trucks out. Right? You know that's gonna happen. Gotta have a train horn. I will say my truck driver Bama, he has done a great job. He's added a bell now. So now there's a train horn and a bell is ding ding ding.
Okay.
It's like a train crossing the tracks.
That's hilarious.
He's gone to the next level.
Wow.
So if that's a competition, the 22 is winning right now. Oh, this is a wreck. This is a pretty good sized wreck.
The 3 of Austin Dillon squeezes through. He is in front, and look at virtually the only.
They're still crashing behind him. Jeez.
There I am. Oh, way back there. I think I've wrecked before that at some point. Let's see what happens. He goes to the bottom. There's the 21. He gets by Harrison Burton, and there you go.
There you go.
And you know, this is the crazy thing about super speedway racing, to be honest with you. You know, you're coming there with just a few laps to go, and if you're Austin Dillon, you're about 9th, 10th place probably. It's probably about 10 cars in front of him there. He just goes to the bottom, they all wipe each other out, and you say, Merry Christmas to me. Let's get there. Look at all the spots I just gained.
Have you been in a big one where you're kind of in the middle of like a mosh pit like this before?
Yes.
What's that like?
It's just horrible.
Yeah.
You know, because you see the wreck in front of you, you're checking up, and you're like, oh no, right? But like, you're going 200 miles an hour. You can't just stop. And everybody's bumper to bumper to bumper all the way through. So you got to hit the brakes as fast as you can. But the car behind you, think about that. What's he looking at? The rear spoiler. He's got nothing, and he's got 2 inches between our two cars. So when you hit the brakes, boom, you get hit from behind, and then now you're out of control.
Yeah.
Right now your car's sideways, and you're sliding into the wreck. And that's why you see these big ones like that. And then once you're sideways and they're crashing, you know, you're just holding the brake and just hoping everybody stops and not one more big hit comes your way. Because you don't know what direction it's going to be coming from, right? Because you're just, and honestly, you're just praying your car stays on the ground. That's what I always say. Just stay on the ground, stay on the ground, stay on the ground. Once it gets up in the air, it's a whole new thing.
All right, let's keep it going.
Audibles being called, shouting on the crew here, but they take the command.
Oh, yeah, I knew that was coming.
22 off the jack on the left side, and they're going to lose any time they thought they might gain.
Yeah, this is a really bad scenario here. If you only knew it was on the line here, too. Yeah.
Desperately to get this car where they can get the jack back under it, lift it back up.
Yeah, I remember this moment like it was yesterday.
So you got to get the jack on the rear end there.
Yeah. So I know exactly what happened here. So here's the occasion. We're racing for a championship. It's a championship race. We come down pit road in contention and win the race right there. Final pit stop. And right sides go up, change tires, everything's good. Come to the left side, get the jack under the jack post, but it didn't really get underneath the jack post like it needed to like get it up. So it got like only on the edge.
Yeah.
So when he jacked it up, it came up. They pulled the tires off, and it was just enough that it boom, and it fell down with no tires on it, and we watched our championship go away. At that moment, we went all the way to the back. I think there was like 20 laps to go.
Jeez.
And it stung for everybody, right? Like not just like the driver and crew chief, but like the pit crew. Like I mean, it was very like it was a hard moment post race. So like, okay, we still gotta move forward, right? And it's just a team sport aspect of NASCAR that a lot of people don't think about, right? Because they just see the driver out there and they think, oh, it's the only guy doing something. But there's so many people involved, and it happened, and you know we had to go back and review it, figure out what happened, how do we prevent it from happening again, and then move forward. That's all you can do at that point. Like the damage is done. It sucks. It hurts. You gave up a chance to win a championship. You never know if you ever have another chance. Could be sitting here with 4 championships instead of 3 after seeing that, but it is what it is. Yeah, thanks for bringing that one up too. Man, this has been a great time, guys.
Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Now that you are, I mean, current champ and 3-time champ, like how did you get back into the groove mentally from that incident?
You know, at the moment, okay, my chances of winning the championship are like next to 0. You know that, but you can't just quit because of that. You got to keep going in hopes that maybe something will happen. It didn't. Spoiler alert. Didn't happen.
But eventually, it did happen.
Eventually, things went really well. Took a couple more tries.
So how fast should a pit stop be, ideally?
These days, with the next-gen car, you get the single lug, those type of things. 8.5 is kind of where you want to be.
Okay.
There's stops that are quicker than that, but 8.5 seconds is kind of where you need to be these days.
Wow.
Which is, I mean, it's fast. Hey, how about like a wind clip? Can you put one of those up? That'd be cool.
Hey, look at all the damage we got right here. This car's been upside down.
This one's been destroyed. This was a while ago.
Now, where's Joe Nemechek?
In Nashville.
Oh, right there.
Oh, there you go. Slide.
The 16. Stenhouse. Gracious. He ends up going over.
That's pretty wild.
Take another look.
It's like he just got tagged and over she went.
I thought it would have been like a grass situation flipping him over, but
no, that just was just got hooked there and.
Jeez.
But look at this. He's still going. That's Joe Nemechek, I believe. Hey, I don't want to point anything out, but just who's leading this race?
Did you end up taking the dub on this one?
I like to think so. I know I've won there. And in the Xfinity Series, I was only 8 to go.
Yeah.
Things are looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I may have won it. I don't know. We're going to say it because it sounds really good.
Since we're looking at these older vintage cars here.
We call them vintage?
I guess
Is that what we're gonna call them
felt
now?
weird to say.
I don't really
that
like
felt
hearing
weird
that.
coming out of my mouth. But the evolution of these cars, what's that been like, having driven so many different chassis now?
Very different.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like, for one, like just even where you sit and see and view and all that stuff, but the way they drive is way different. These cars here, you know, they didn't have a whole bunch of side force in them. They had some, but not a whole bunch. So they were a little bit edgy, a little bit twitchy.
Yeah.
And then we went to the car tomorrow, which was, you know, a little bit bigger right side, more of a sail out there, where it's like you can get loose and it would push the car back, right? You kind of catch it for you.
Yeah.
Right, so you can just be ultra aggressive driving it. And now with the next gen car, it's the most different car that I've ever been around. The cars aren't twisted anymore like these ones were. You're not relying on side force anymore. Independent rear suspension now. Like the shifting obviously is different with the way the drivetrain works with the sequential shifting and those type of things. So it's just changed a lot. And the way you race other cars, and the people have changed too on top of all this, right? We've all gotten smarter, we're doing different things now, but it's way different than back then.
Could you roll a next gen car, you think, and that, or like what happened here, and keep going?
Sure. I don't really want to try.
With that,
They're coming this time.
Oh, they are?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going this time.
They're starting.
It's round 12 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Here we go.
All right.
Keep trucking. Yes. This is how you know Dale Earnhardt was the biggest BA to ever drive a race car. That's awesome. He couldn't see.
Yeah.
Right? Can't see where I'm going. Can't stop the car.
No.
What do you do? Unstrapped.
That's
got
amazing.
out of his car while he, like, holding onto the steering wheel. Just put it in gear and just let it chug around. That is maybe one of the coolest, if not the coolest, NASCAR clip of all time.
I've somehow never seen that. That's amazing.
Look at him. Look at him. Don't worry, I'm not pitting. I got it, guys. To even have the thought, it says you're a little crazy.
Yeah.
You're a little bit on the crazy side.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the moments like this that you're growing up watching those type of things happening. Like, these guys were real badass people, you know, and I wanted to be part of that.
Yeah.
Like, I just seen that and it was cool. And so, you know, you watch just through the years and just so many moments, and kind of cool that we can go through some moments that I was involved in now. But
yeah, man.
I remember as a kid just being into that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so this is Ross Chastain. And this is how you know he's a psycho. Right here.
Passed at least 2 cars in the final
Yeah, he
lap.
passed more than enough. And you can see how much the camera's shaking and all that. I could only imagine the G-load, the sustained G-load that he took.
Dang.
What I laughed about is he got out of the car and he's just like, everyone's stoked, right?
Yeah.
He just made the championship 4. It's a huge deal, right? He made this move that's one of the most historic moves in NASCAR history.
Yeah.
He gets out of the car and he's like, you know, like, I'm like, my man's not okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, he's a little twisted up here right now. His legs got a little scrambled around
How
the wall.
long were you guys talking about that move after that happened?
Oh, it's been for years. Everyone's talked about the Hail Melon, right? That's what they call it now. And the wall ride, whatever you want to call it, it is now outlawed. You cannot do that. Thank God. Really cool to see one time. I don't think we want to see that every week. I don't want to have to do that. So I want to be able to know what's going on by the time I'm 40. So I think it's very important not to do that.
All right, dude, Joey, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on
It
the
was kind of
show.
fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for all your insight and teaching us about this awesome sport. And if you want to see more Real Mechanic stuff, click right here. And be sure to check out the upcoming race this July where NASCAR will be taking over the streets of Chicago. That's a really cool course they've made over there. How do you like racing there?
It's, I mean, you're racing downtown Chicago on the streets.
Yeah.
Right by the lake. I mean, it's really cool, to see it. So it's
Well, we'll be rooting for you,
street
man.
racing.
Yeah, dude. Real street racing, real mechanic stuff. All right. See you next time.